My next guest does not need an introduction. There's really no one else out there in this entire world like Quinton Rampage Jackson. Quinton, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Are you working out at the gym? You doing some training? Where am I getting you today?
Yeah. I'm here at the gym in Orange County, working out with my coach.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you taking some time today. Let's talk about the United Fight League, man. Really awesome what they're doing with the fighters, with the health insurance and everything. How did you get involved in becoming an ambassador for them?
Well, you know what? Frank Mir introduced me to Harrison and Rogers a year or two ago, and I think we went down to Miami, and Harrison was putting on a MMA show, and I really liked what he stood for, and he told me about his ambitions and his plans for UFL and to give fighters benefits. And I was like, wow, it blew me away. I was like, we need somebody like this in MMA, and right there, it was just a dream, right? And I said, you know what? Anything you need, hit me up. And when it came through, that's what he did. He hit me up.
How many fighters are hitting you up to want to join the United Fight League? Because it seems like a lot of fighters are really, the health insurance is very appealing. And I think just with you and Frank being involved, it seems like people know this is something legit.
Yeah, I get a few fighters here and there hitting me up, wanting to fight. My son is now joined the league, and I got my cousin that's a fighter. He wants to join the league. A lot of people hitting me up. A lot of people excited about the UFL. A lot of people.
Good. That's great. Is this something you thought did you always figure you'd still be involved in the fighting business as your career was dwindling down? Because I know you're not still retired technically yet, right?
No, I'm not. I've never retired. Technically, I never retired. I never thought that I'd be doing a whole lot of stuff in MMA because it's hard for me to explain this because I know a lot of the new fighters were fans first. I started MMA back in the day, like 22 years ago. I wasn't a fan of MMA when I started. I was a fan of pro wrestling, and I liked fighting, so I got into it. So I knew a couple of fighters who they were, but I wasn't a fan of MMA, and so I didn't see myself, working in MMA and trying to help out fighters as much, but I've grown to love the sport over the years and stuff like that, and now I'm becoming more of a fan.
Frank Mir has talked about wanting to fight on the same card as his daughter, who's also a professional fighter. Is that a goal of yours as well, to fight on the same card as your son?
Well, it's not really like a goal. Frank Mir was supposed to do it with his daughter, but I think his daughter got busy with wrestling, and so Harrison asked me if me and my son wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm down, and they tried to set up a fight with me against Darrill Schoonover. I think somebody gave him the nickname Titties on the Ultimate Fighter show.
Yeah, I don't know who said that. Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have the fucking asshole whoever called his kid Titties.
Yeah, I know.
On national TV. I'd beat his ass if that was me. But
yeah. Has there been any update on that fight, by the way? I know you want that fight. I know he hasn't fought in a couple of years. Has there been any talk about that at all?
Yeah, I think Harrison was negotiating with him last I heard.
Nice.
Show now and Harrison been going back and forth and everything. So yeah, I think it's been some talk.
We've seen a lot of big things happen in the news right now. One of the big ones is Francis Ngannou leaving the UFC, going to be boxing Tyson Fury. When you heard the news, how surprised were you that he got that fight?
It seems like it was. It seemed like it was a lot of lead up to that. I wasn't super surprised. I think that'd be a great fight. I'm actually planning to go to that fight. It's in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm planning to go. I wasn't super surprised, but I got respect. I got respect for Francis Ngannou. I got a lot of respect for him, but that's a tough fight for him. I think Tyson Fury is one of the best boxers in the world. But at the same time, I want to say this: I'm sick of boxers calling out MMA fighters, talking like, let's see who the baddest man on the planet, and then get into a boxing ring and doing their craft. If you really want to see the baddest man on the planet, see who the baddest man on the planet, do the fight that's closest to a real fight. That's something that's going to go down, like if you two clash in an alley or something. Nobody's just going to sit there and box and bob and weave and do all stuff. It's going to be like an MMA fight. If you to know who the baddest man on the planet, or just make it fair. Do one boxing match and then do one MMA fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, I think people saw that James Toney fight with Couture, and maybe they're like, maybe we don't want to do this, right?
Yeah, I don't like James Toney because he's an asshole. But I gotta respect him. He got in the
Yeah.
cage and he did it. And I'm gonna be the one to say it. The UFC was stupid because they could have made a lot more money out of James Toney. They put him in there with Randy Couture old ass, and Randy Couture took him down right away and submit him. Like, they should have put him in there against a Kimbo Slice or somebody that, what I'm saying, or Houston Alexander, or somebody that would go and stand and bang. And so if he won one, you know, bring him back.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Yeah.
that, and that's probably what it is. Like the boxer's like, no, fuck that, we're not going in there because he just got embarrassed right away, real quick.
When you were fighting in the UFC, you ever wished you got to do a big boxing fight like that?
I asked Dana White a long time ago, get me a boxing match, but back when I was champion, back when I was doing good in the UFC, boxing was it's not what it is right now, and I would have been like a heavyweight in boxing, and there was really nobody for me to box back then, but I didn't care for no super big name, opponent. I just wanted to go out there and box somebody that was close to my skill range. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those guys that I have to be like the best out doing it. But I don't care. I box a no name guy. I just wanted to box because I've done every art that I've learned. I've had a wrestling match. I had a jiu-jitsu tournament. What I'm saying? I had a kickboxing fight, and so I just haven't had a boxing match yet.
Speaking of heavyweights, John Jones is the heavyweight champion, someone that you fought. How do you think he'll do against Stipe Miocic when they fight in November?
I'm not sure how he'll do against Stipe. I think John Jones is going to wrestle fuck everybody anyway. You know what I'm saying? His wrestling is miles ahead of everybody I've seen in there. And, um, I think he's one of the best fighters in the world, but I just don't know what type of chin he got to be going against heavyweight. So I think he's just going he'll beat him if he wrestle fucks him.
Well, it's an interesting fight because Stipe is very well rounded. I know he hasn't fought in a while. I know he's a little bit older, but Stipe, when he was going through his run at heavyweight, a lot of guys weren't able to defeat him. He's just so well rounded.
Yeah, he's a great fighter.
Did you happen to catch UFC 291 last weekend?
No, I was watching. Well, I was in Japan. I was watching Rizin. I was at the Rizin show.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. That's great. What was it like? What do you think of Bellator doing the cross promotion stuff? I think a lot of people like it. It's a throwback to the Pride days.
Yeah, I think it's great because Rizin, they put on I think I'm pronouncing it Rising. They
Yeah.
put on they put on a great show, man. It's like a great atmosphere, and that's my first time going to a show out there as a fan. It was my favorite arena. Saitama Super Arena. That's the first place I fought out there. So I was really impressed, and I think it's a smart move for Bellator to team up with them. But I've heard rumors that Bellator is going to sell to CFL or something like that. So I don't know what's going on with them in the future. But I tell you this, I'm going to keep going back out there to watch those Rising shows.
Yeah, they're great. And I think cross promotion in general is just good for everyone because you get the two different fan bases, right?
Right, and you put champions against champions. I wish the UFC did more of that. The UFC should put their champions against Rising's champion. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Like, what you got? What you got to lose? Like, it's just a fight. You know what I'm saying? Just a fight. It's good promotion, and you cross the fans over and stuff like that.
The time we're recording this, we have Nate Diaz boxing Jake Paul. Do you pay attention to that stuff? Are you going to be watching on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there on Saturday because
Nice.
I'm tired of Jake Paul beating up MMA fighters, and I'm with Nate 100%. So I want Nate to body that boy. I want to see if Nate going to do the Stockton slap through a boxing glove. I'm interested to see that.
It might be hard with the glove on, but yeah, we'll see if he's able to do it. Yeah. Hey, man, I got to give you some compliments here. You're looking in great shape. I know you lost a bunch of weight. You're at the gym right now. What was your secret? How did you end up getting back in really good shape?
I'll tell you, my secret was start teaming up with my friend, Sean Reds. That guy is a beast. He changed my life. He's very disciplined, and he taught me a few of the secrets. Like I don't know who behind it or the world want people to think that it's hard to lose weight, and I thought that for a long time. And even people tell me, "Oh, you older, it's gonna be harder to lose weight," and it's a lie. It's not hard to lose weight. It's easy to lose weight actually. But you got to be disciplined. So I tell everybody what I've been doing. My secret is I fast. I fast. I don't eat once a day, and I do 30 minutes of cardio after I'm done working out. And
Nice.
and I stayed away from carbs and sugar, and the weight just fell off.
Good for you,
Carbs,
man. That's great.
complex carbs, all of that, and sugars. That stuff, like food in America, is banned all over the world. That stuff is so bad for us. And just keeping weight on us. All the sugars and all the carbs, and the sugars in the carbs, and you cut that out, and you fast. So as humans, we're not really meant to eat like all day. You're just not. And you put your body through some type of, what I'm saying, mode where you like you hungry and stuff. I know it sucks, but it reverses your aging, it heals you up, it just do a lot of good things, and I'm learning all that now.
Speaking of losing weight and stuff, do you ever still keep in touch with Mike Dolce? I know you guys worked together a long time ago, and he's kind of blown up. No, you're not.
Dolce.
No,
Fuck
what
Mike
happened
Dolce.
with you guys?
Mike Dolce is a fucking bitch. That's what happened. He wrote a book and talking bullshit about I'm pre-diabetic and and said a whole bunch of shit. I'm the one that brought Mike Dolce around. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that brought him out on the street on the that nobody knew who the fuck he was with fitness and health and shit until I started fucking with him.
Okay.
Mike Dolce is the guy to fake it till you make it type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying, I guess he learned on the job and he practiced on me, and then he want to talk shit about me. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker do, but don't throw me on the bus. Don't talk shit about me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't
Okay.
super disciplined and shit back then, and you know what I'm saying. I didn't know much about nutrition myself. I just throughout my whole career, I've always been in good shape, and you know what I'm saying. Then I got older and shit wasn't the same. But you know what I'm saying? He just act like a little bitch, and I don't fuck with people like that. So fuck Mike Dolce.
Okay, got it. Loud and clear. Speaking of beefs, I know you and Ariel Helwani had a bit of a beef, and you guys have kind of, mended fences. Have you seen
Fuck
this thing
Ariel
with?
Helwani too. Fuck him.
Really? I thought you guys were good.
No, Ariel too. But fuck him
Well,
too.
well, have you seen what's happened with him and Jamahal Hill? Do you know who Jamahal Hill is, the former UFC champion?
No. Is he a black guy?
He is, yes.
Okay, with a name like Jamal,
I would think so.
sure.
Yeah, it'd be tough sell as a white guy with a name like Jamal. But yeah, they're having a bit of a
I've
thing.
heard a white guy named Jamal before though.
Have you
Only
really?
one. Yeah, only
Wow.
one though.
Okay. There we go.
But I think
Okay.
his parents was black.
Fair enough.
So
Okay, yeah,
what's
just Jamal and Ariel are feuding right now. Jamal made a video accusing Ariel of being biased towards other fighters to him and stuff, and now Ariel's invited him on his show, kind of like what you guys went through. You guys mended fences.
Yeah, Ariel's good at that. Ariel knows how to piss people off, but then he'll make up with you. That's why, you know, I'd be like, fuck Ariel, but then sometimes I like, but Ariel, he's a man that can't be bought. He's going to say what he want to say, and you know what I'm saying. He's, you know what I'm saying. He's a big reporter at MMA. You know what I'm saying. Got to deal with his ugly ass.
When are you going to bring back one of these T-shirts?
That was my favorite shirt.
Are you ever going to make any other ones like this, the Punchout style? That's like one of the best T-shirts that's ever made in MMA.
I know, man. Fuck, man. I got lucky with that. I was working with this comic book company, and they made that. That shit went hard. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, one of the best MMA shirts, because you were a big Punchout fan. I think that was the inspiration, right?
Yeah. I was a big Punch-Out fan. I'm a big video game fan.
Yeah, they should make a Punch-Out version with MMA fighters. Don't you think that would be cool? They could have you there as the end boss.
Yeah, but you know, I'm old school now, so they'll probably do it with somebody that's different. But still, I still play the game. You know, that's a dope idea. Once you make it.
Yeah, if I was smart, I'd need to find someone smart to make the video game. That'll be where I'll come in, right? I can organize it or something, right? So there we go.
We should have somebody that makes video games come hit us up.
There we go, and they can give us both our 10%, right?
Yeah, I'll take a little bit more than 10 though.
There you go. Fair enough. I'll let you have it. It's all good. Hey, Rampage, thanks so much. I know I'm cutting into workouts. Anything you want to mention before we get out of here? I'll give you the last word.
Well, I just want everybody to come check out the UFL on August 12th in Arizona. And, you know, you guys can follow them on Instagram. And, you know, they're going to be streaming live on Rumble. So I would love for y'all to support. And drink F3. You know, drink F3 energy because they're supporting the MMA fighters.